Y'all, don't get backyard chickens if you just want to get free eggs, because it doesn't really work that way. Because they will be the most expensive, labor-intensive eggs that you ever got. First of all, they are very good eggs. I don't know if it has something to do with the freshness of them or the fact that these chickens are free range, but they're some of the best eggs I've ever had. But as far as free, you have to buy a lot of things for chickens. First, you've got the chicken coop, which can run you anywhere from a couple of hundred to a couple of thousands of dollars, depending on how big you're going. This coop is only supposed to hold 5 to 6 birds tops, and so it was about a $300 to $400 coop, if I remember right. But there are people who will convert an entire shed into a chicken coop. Or if you're good with carpentry, you could make your own, but it's still going to be a little bit pricey. You have to get them bedding and food on a regular basis. There's a chicken going to lay an egg right now. Now, the bedding and food are not that expensive, but if you don't eat a whole lot of eggs, it's not really worth it monetarily. As far as yard space, you're going to need quite a bit of it, because if you try and keep them in a small area like the side of your house, like I tried to do in the beginning, they're going to get bored and they're going to try and escape. And you need to set them up with things to play with, because they get bored. And I'm sure you've heard of hunting and pecking. Yeah, they do that a lot too, and if you have a really nice lawn, you might get annoyed with that. Another thing about chickens, they poo probably more than any animal on the planet. Like I said, I let mine free range and they just get on the furniture on the porch sometimes and just let loose. And when it comes to their poos, they make two different types. They make these kind of big, thick, globular kinds, which are great for fertilizer. Then they make this other kind I like to refer to as pudding poos, because they are thick and sticky. And those type of poos are much harder to clean up. Now, they're supposed to lay their eggs in these egg boxes inside the coop, and most of the time they do. But sometimes it's like an Easter egg hunt. Sometimes you'll find them in your yard or in your shed. Why do they do that? Because somebody was sitting in the egg box that they wanted to use, so they're gonna go someplace entirely different. And sometimes you won't find those eggs for months, but your dogs will, and they will break them open and roll in them and run into the house smelling like pickled death. If you have a garden, you need to fortify it with chicken wire, because they will jump in there and tear up your plants. Because for them, this is the perfect place to go hunting for bugs and grubs. Are they friendly? Some of them are, but some of them you try and pick up and they will do this and let you pick them up. But they tend to get a little squirmy sometimes too. And there's other ones you need to try and pick up sometimes, and they will run from you forever. Come here, come here, come here, chicken. Now, am I telling you to not ever get any chickens? No, that's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is if you think that you're getting chickens to save money on eggs, you're probably not. Some of the bonuses of having chickens are the eggs, but there are other bonuses too. One of those bonuses is you will not see many bugs in your yard at all. And sometimes they'll even eat snakes. I've seen them fight over a snake several times. As far as fertilizers go, there is nothing that works as well as the chicken poo, from what I can tell. And they are very funny to watch. Sometimes they will do the craziest shit you have ever seen. Sometimes you can come out with a bag full of treats and they will come running and flapping their wings at you at full force, and it looks insane. Basically what I'm trying to say is if you want chickens to have chickens, then you should totally get chickens, but learn about chickens. But if you think that you're getting chickens just for the eggs, don't get chickens. Because after about a month, they will grow up and start to annoy you, and you will be looking for a place to give them away. So save yourself the hassle right now. Don't get little baby chicks for Easter or anything like that unless you are planning on keeping them for 6 to 7 to 10 years. Oh, and they only lay eggs for about the first 4 or 5. But they're funny little things, and I'm glad that I have them. Not just because of the eggs, I just look at them like a little extra added bonus of these chickens paying some rent.